Okay, we're gonna do something I call creature bowls. And what it is we're gonna be making a pinch pot out of clay, okay? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna design it around some type of creature. It could be a living creature, it could be a creature that you make up, it could be based on a human or fantasy or a real animal, I don't care what it is. But basically, it's a bowl. It's a handmade, what we call as a pinch pot, a bowl that you're gonna make, and then you're gonna add things to it to give it sort of a character look, okay? Now I'm gonna show you a bunch of examples, and you can do any of these types of examples or any other examples that you come up with. The hardest part of this assignment is the idea. You gotta come up with an idea, something that's uniquely your own idea, not just, oh, I saw this, I'm gonna do what that is, okay? So here's one, I don't know what kind of animal this is, a rabbit or something, but it's got pointy ears. It could be a little bit more playful like this, or it could be kind of realistic like this one is, okay? So you'd make a bowl, and then you're gonna add clay to it to give it this sort of character look, okay? And I'll show you a bunch of examples. So here's one that they added little feet to the bottom and added this sort of rabbit's head to the front. Here's one that looks like a chicken. Obviously they added a neck to it, and then sort of tail feathers and little wings on the sides. And keep in mind this bowl can be functional, so you might have an actual purpose for it. You might say, well, this is something that I want to put all my change in at the end of the night, or I want to put my phone in it, or my wallet, or whatever you put in things, okay? So it could be very smooth like this, or it could be very textured, okay? You could make the inside of the bowl the interesting part instead of the outside of the bowl. So here one that looks kind of playful and cartoonish. Obviously it's a cow. Now one thing though, with clay, you can't make things that are really long and extended. So on this particular project, that tail would be a problem. More than likely that tail would break off, okay? So if you're gonna make something that's long and extended, what you should do is connect it to itself. Like for example, this cat's head is going up, and then the tail, I'm presuming from this picture, is actually attached to the cat's head. Because if that tail was just freestanding, I guarantee it would dry up and crack off, okay? Because when clay is really dry, it's extremely brittle and extremely fragile. So you can't make something like a flamingo because it's too long and skinny, okay? So here we go, that cat's tail is connected to his head. This tail is probably okay because it's rather short and kind of stumpy, but even a tail that long, you gotta be really careful because it could break off, okay? Like these curly tails, it would be probably best if that tail was to curl up and then reattach itself somehow to the bowl. But I'm just showing you some examples of the kinds of things that you can make, okay? And I said creature, and obviously those are playful animals. You could do something like this. So you'd make your bowl, and then you'd add this extra clay and form this sort of skull head, okay? You could make the bowl and connect the bowl to itself. So the bowl's actually enclosed, and then you add these extra features, okay? But basically, it's based on some type of a creature, okay? That you either, it's a real creature or something you've invented. So there's many ways to do it. You can imprint texture and carve into the bowl like this, okay? It could be really fun and playful. You could stand it up, and when it's soft, you could make it sort of wiggly and wobbly, add some fins to it, some eyes, and here this one holds jelly beans. So you could have a specific purpose for it, or you could just make it as a sculpture and say, I just think it looks really cool, and I'm also gonna put things in it, okay? So by creature, this one just has a mouth on it, okay? So it's not quite, like a full creature. Isn't that cool? So this would be like some people that knit, they'll put a ball of yarn in a bowl, and then they pull that yarn through the hole. That way when the ball, they unravel it, it doesn't go all over the place. So it's kind of fun. If you knew somebody that knitted, this would be a really kind of a clever way to keep their ball of yarn in there, and it's kind of fun too. So could be based on any kind of creature. Now this bowl is more like a canoe shape. You could do something longer like this. If you put legs on it, the legs would have to be pretty stocky and short, kind of like elephant legs or rhino legs. It couldn't be like, like a greyhound or a flamingo with long legs, okay? You could basically make a bottom bowl and a top bowl and create sort of a head like this that's open, Okay, you could do something like that. So we got a lot of options. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a demonstration on how to start your bowl, how to attach things to it, and how it's going to work. Okay?